Okay. Hi. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my live stream where we just shoot the shit. Sorry for the absence last weekend. I just couldn't. I just couldn't make it. Cause lack of sleep. Hiro has been getting through night terror, so called. Basically he had like nightmares and wakes up, like kind of wakes up in the middle of night and keep crying like solid 10 minutes or even longer. And he just he's scared to cry. He's upset, he's scared, depends on the dream. And basically there's not many there are not so many like solutions for that. It's like it happens, and when he cries, in that case, in the night terror, he's not actually completely awake. So even when I try to help, hey, let me hug you, he goes like, no, 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 get away from me, and he keeps crying, because he's not awake. He doesn't really recognize me or anyone because he's technically still sleeping, right? So yeah, there's not so much things to do when it comes to night terror. I just have to be there, and that happens in the middle of the night, right? So yeah, last week, kana? Well, yeah, on that week it was really rough, and it was on top of this like difficult time. He's 2 years old. 2 years old is many, like most parents say 2 years was the most difficult like toddler time of all, like 0 to 7, up until elementary school. 2 years old is the most difficult, and we are dealing with that right now. And he's very like upset when he can't do things he want to do. So, but he still needs like attention and attention. I have to look after him all the time, and then he's more energetic and physically very active. He has more power. So when he tries to say no and try to escape or whatever, I need more energy to go, more power to like stop him, or try to try not to uh, try to protect him from like stupid actions. So yeah, and the night terror happens on top of that. So it's been really hard to keep up with like these things, YouTube, my career. So yeah, I think yeah. And then it's been getting myself, you know. I've been healthy all these time, you know, my lifetime. I've been very healthy up until like this point, you know. Um, Maybe this is like TMI, but my period cycle is messed up right now in this past like 3 4 months, you know, which never really happened to me, like except for like teenager or things like that. But yeah, it hasn't happened to me. But basically, like I'm having like 2 weeks of period. I mean, for those who don't know how long it usually lasts, it's like 5 days to a week. That's like normal for women. But like with my period has been like 2 weeks, which is like half of the month. Half of the month. Uh, it's still minor, I guess, but again, it's on top of all the difficulty that comes from childcare. And yeah, my allergy is really bad, and obviously, like you guys have seen me like getting like super snotty and sneezing all the time. Um, and I also have a nightmare because I can't sleep so deeply, right? And some of the dreams are like horrible. One time in my dream again, I was chasing Hiro because he runs around and do stupid things, very dangerous things. So I was chasing him, and then because he was wacky, he was behaving bad. I just slammed his face onto the wall, which is like I never do that in the real life. But how many? I can't say how many times I thought about it. You know what I mean? Um. So yeah, it happened in my dream, which told me something, right? I've been stressed. I think I need some rest. So I'll still do content creating. I'll still do live stream, but it's gonna be less. Yeah, I have to say, and I really feel bummed about it by myself. I like doing this, but I don't think I should do that so much at this point. You know what I mean? So from now on until I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months, live stream it's going to be once every 2 weeks or like twice a month, I would say. I don't want to put so much pressure on me about this, like, because it's been like I go live stream every single weekend on this time. And I didn't mind that, but I think it's been a little hard for me to, make sure to show up every single weekend. So, yeah, let me cut down to twice a month so I can, you know, I can prioritize, my like life as a mom, as a person to be, to be more like healthy mindset. Yeah. I'm still here. I'm still here. I will be, updating like sometimes. I'm not going to be completely, vanished or anything. And then I will sure come back when this situation has settled. But I just can't do. I can't commit too much on this one. You know what I mean? And I think that my dating business, my dating consultation is, a little, なんだろう, it's not gonna be, なんだろうな, available as much as it has been, because, yeah, ね. So, yeah, I don't like this, but I think it is necessary for me, and I really appreciate that you guys are really understanding and supporting what I do. Yeah, but it's gonna be all right. I'm sure it's gonna be all right because it's basically 2 years old is the worst time when it comes to like for sure there will be like different uh issues when he gets older, but 2 years is, I think, is you really have to like commit, like emotionally, physically commit. So that's why many parents say two is the worst time. Like they say terrible two みたいな. Yeah. Like it's universal. Both Japanese parents and American parents, like Western parents, say that. So it's going to be better. You know what I mean? I've just been in a really like the most difficult time as a toddler mom. So it's gonna be all right. I'm not like, worried so much when it comes to like long term. I just want to take care of my health and my family's health, in a short period of time. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna, come back to the content creating and live streaming, and will, you know, try to grow my business. But it's not now. It's not the right time. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah. Thanks for joining the live stream. Sorry for the absence last weekend. And of course, when I go live stream, I will make an announcement, like I always do. So keep an eye on it if you don't want to miss out. Terrible twos, yes, Frank. Exactly. Shadow, Lloyd, James. Hello, hello. Anthony, hello. Mr. Lovey Deep. ジョンだっけジョン。はい。Viewspot. You look not well. Yeah, because I've been getting through a lot. Stay healthy. Thank you, thank you. Steve, hello. Nicola, hello. From Las Vegas. Nice. Casey Barnes, you shouldn't feel bad for doing the things that protect your peace of mind. Thanks. Alex, hi. Elite Gaming. Life, family, and your health should come first. Yeah, I agree. And I want everyone to do so. So, may things get better for you. Thank you. Doug, lack of sleep can trick the body and cause physical symptoms. Yeah, like, I think it's even like worse when it comes to you lack of sleep because you don't have control over it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, I'm a night owl, and then I don't mind staying up late, and sometimes lack of sleep because of that. But that I'm talking about when I was, single, when I didn't have a kid. You know what I mean? I could just do that, and then maybe I could sleep when I wanted to cover up my lack of sleep. But now I can't do that. I can't sleep when I want to sleep. It's not my control anymore. That really gets you. You know what I mean? You come first always. Thank you, thank you. We hope Asagi gets better. Thank you, thank you. I'll always support you. Thank you. We are here for you. Thank you, Olga. You guys so sweet. Oh my gosh. Frank, thanks for the super sticker. Super sticker. And Lloyd and Seymour, thanks for the super chat. Lloyd, it's okay. Take it easy. It does should like you're a bit stressed. Happens to all of us now and then. Thanks for your understanding. Okay. Yeah, don't wanna get caught up with this, depressing topic so much. Yeah. Meantime, many things have happened, right? Frank, Lloyd, and Seymour, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, a lot has happened. Uh, なんかさ、you guys, I'm sure you guys know, but there was a drama, right? YouTuber drama. To be specific, like Japan foreigner YouTubers drama. You know what I mean? I think many people are, talking about it, so I'm sure you've heard of it. But yeah, that was. That is like. I think this is like. Okay. I'm all for Chris, right? I'm all for Chris. Abroad in Japan, right? And I don't care so much about the other one. Because obvious reason. And then I also saw that even after the drama, Chris is also taking a rest, right? He will stay away from social media except for like YouTube content creating, and then he wants to take rest because of his, mental health. He really, that kind of drama. Although he is right, he has so many supporters. It was a drama. He was, drowned in a drama, and he didn't like that, obviously. And then he decided to, take a rest. And I don't know how. Like he says he will continue his like channel updates, like channel content creating, but maybe he doesn't do podcast anymore, or like, yeah. And then obviously he's not gonna be on like Instagram or other platforms, right? Which is very understandable, but it's kind of like it's kind of sad because that was sad. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about? You said it. Have you seen the drama going on between Chris Abroad and Oriental Poor? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, like it's kind of sad because yeah, I've heard of her but never seen any of her videos. Just passing by to say hello. Ah, thank you, William. Timothy, cheeseburger in paradise. I don't know what you're talking about. Oriental Pro made that video only for the views. Yes. She's like anything for the cloud, huh? Right? She's that kind of creator. I don't know, I seemed like. So, impression, my impression about her, which, like, don't watch her channel. Don't watch her channel and don't give her fuel. Don't give her views and money out of this. So I'm not saying like clicking any of the video regarding that drama. But yeah, 2 weeks ago when I was on the live stream, right? I don't know you guys remember. There was a guy who asked me, like, "Hey Asagi, it seems like the street, like, like a street illustration, autography, 違う、calligraphy なんだっけ?" Like street drawing っていうのかな? Street drawing is getting really worse in Japan. I heard that from like someone's video. Is that really true? Is it something like really big issue? Something really has changed in Japan? Like it's getting worse? But I was like, what are you talking about? Like, hey, yeah, there are street drawing like here, graffiti. Yeah, there are street graffiti here and there in Japan. Like I've seen it like since my childhood. And then like I haven't really noticed it's getting any like worse or better. Probably better even. Like many like streets are renewed because of 2020. It was actually 21st. The Olympic, right? Tokyo Olympic. It became even cleaner in Tokyo. Much less homelesses these days. Like much less like probably like street graffiti is less. So I haven't spotted on. I didn't care about it. So I was wondering why this person brought that up because it's not an issue. It's just, yeah, there are street graffiti here and there. Like it's being like that in Japan. So yeah, I had no idea where that came from, right? And then this drama happened, right? It was her who was spreading the idea, right? And then it even affected me, right? I'm glad that person asked me to like make sure if it's like really an issue to make like I'm glad they are using me as a fact check, because maybe she's exaggerating or something. Let's ask Asagi about it if it's true or not. I'm really glad that I'm in that kind of position. To be honest, many people ask me about what Nobita said about something or things like that. So, yeah. But anyways, that was like, oh, yes, of course, her, right? It like made sense. And then, and then that kind of brought back the memory when I first discovered her channel, right? She, her channel took off because of the videos that she, shocks Japanese locals by speaking Japanese. Like, Japanese people in Japan, she's showing that, hey, I can surprise Japanese people because I can speak Japanese. They are so like excited about me speaking Japanese. Like, yeah, like, look at me, I'm so cool. Kind of like, yeah, I was like, I mean, I appreciate her speaking Japanese, learning Japanese. I admire that skill set and respect. She must study so hard. I appreciate that. But by watching those videos, I couldn't, help myself feeling like toいうか we were made fun of. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I felt like made fun of as a Japanese person, local, right? Because yeah, just because she's white, she's a white girl in Japan and then speaks Japanese, which is like, yeah, she lives in Japan. Uh, I guess she can speak Japanese. Uh, and then just kind of brag about it, like how, hey, I'm popular, right? This is so fun, you know. So, even, and then also, on the other hand, I knew she is a very friendly person. She doesn't. She was collaborating. She is collaborating with many like creators in Japan, both in Japan, outside Japan. I don't know, but and then regardless of their size of the channel, you know what I mean? She is not completely, look after like getting more viewers when it comes to collaboration and making friends with other people. So I thought, I believe that content didn't come from like a malicious place, right? I see my creator friends hanging out with her, and then I was like, okay, she seems like a really friendly person. I personally haven't really interacted with her, but I kind of like understood her like that. But I guess time has passed, and this the whole social media is becoming that kind of place. You know what I mean? You have to get views with like shocking values. Shocking values. You can't get views if it's not like shocking or like yeah, like even fake. You know what I mean? To get attention. And I think she got in a negative cycle in that because that's all she does, right? Compared to Chris, Chris is not just a content creator. He's a business owner. He has his like cocktail bar restaurant, cocktail bar, like his own cocktail bar in Tokyo. He does podcast. He has like Airbnb business too. Like he has like many businesses. So he doesn't rely on his income. He doesn't rely his income completely on YouTube. He has like risk hedge. But she, the Oriental Pearl, she is she's relying on YouTube, right? She doesn't have other like income resources. That's my understanding. So she's really like I think she's kind of paranoid, right? Oh, if I don't add like extra graffiti, street graffiti, people don't watch my videos, which means I can't, survive. I can't make money. You know what I mean? なんか I think she's paranoid. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think Yeah, maybe when she started, it didn't come from malicious place. She just, maybe she was just simply enjoying like interacting with locals and then how like positive those locals' reaction is. So I wouldn't accuse that, but seems like these days she's gone too far. You know what I mean? As a creator, like there are some like exaggerated truth or even fake information just to get views. And then how she accused Chris on the response video is just so nasty, you know? I didn't even watch it, but you know, people are like making summarize and then her comment is so bad, like just so hateful and then so like personal. She took it too personally because Chris is talking more about like how YouTube in general, YouTube というか social media content in general is becoming like extreme, and he just used her as a reference, and he didn't mention her name or he hide uh, her face even, but she took it personally and made video to get extra views, right? And then even accused Chris like oh he had to you know accuse me because he is losing views these days. Like of course that's not the reason. He is a successful business owner, not just a YouTuber, right? So like that was so nasty. That was not like graceful at all. So yeah. And you know what? I was feeling sad because at the end of the day, Chris is kind of like, okay, it's done. I'm too no, exhausted because of all this drama, and I'm kind of like stepping away from social media, which I understandable. But that kind of showed that like good creators, like authentic, truthful creators, are walking away, and only those malicious, extreme content creators will stay. You know what I mean? So feels like this place, it is hard for us. It's gonna be even harder for us to like find good creators. You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, that's why I want to support good creators. You know what I mean? Like abroad in Japan. And yeah, I'm rooting for him. And then I wish she will either like I wish she will change her mind. I wish. I hope. I hope she will think about this, you know. Right? So when we had criticism on street interviews, right? It was like Takashi's golden era. I mean, I think he still gets so many views, but you know, that was a golden era for street interviews, like you know, picking up extreme type of Japanese people and then show that to us, right? And then people were like, "What? Japanese people are so crazy! Uh, Yikes!" What, right? And then but at some point we notice that it's really nitpicked. You know what I mean? And then you guys know that I made criticism on that too, right? Like on street interviews in general, and especially, you know, people like Takashi or like Yo-Yo Japan. Well, like there are some other people, but Takashi was, the most popular one. So I used him as a reference and then kind of like, hey, this is not like healthy. You are not being authentic. And it seems like Takashi heard us, right? And then he's kind of like changing his like content recently, right? Not just some like super extreme kind of videos, but he seems like doing some more like for example, he started to go to like countryside to get opinions, not just from like Tokyo Shibuya people, Shinjuku red light district people, but from also from like, people who are in like normal countryside area とかね which I'm really impressed. Like not so many people can't take criticism. Like they become really like upset or try to fight back like Oriental Pearl, but and then Takashi was doing that too, but he at the end of the day he seems like yeah, maybe that's what I have to do. Listen to viewers, list and make more like videos, not just for views, for bigger purpose. You know what I mean? I'm really glad, and then I really respect him doing that. So I hope, you know, she will calm her tits down and then think about it. Think about what Chris wanted to say, right? Yeah. Adachi, welcome. Yega, welcome. DTR かな DR? I can't read it. Welcome. Yeah. Guy Incognito, Cedric, welcome, welcome. Cutlass, Japan Viewfinder, hey, hey. C for Kaoliu, hey. ね We trust your no BS opinion. Appreciate that. Like she's the only foreigner in Japan that speaks Japanese. Right? I'm sure there are so many other like foreigners who speak Japanese very well, like Justin. But those people are usually humble and don't show off like that. You know what I mean? I get along with most Japanese girls quickly, but unfortunately, I often find out later they already have a boyfriend. Why don't tell us they already have a boyfriend before having such a nice conversation? Like, why would I have to tell that I have a boyfriend to everyone? Like, because it's not the context, right? If you are in like I don't know some kind of like for example, let's say speed dating party とかね in that case you should tell. I mean, you shouldn't come to the place in the first place, but you know, or if you start like flirting or something, she might tell you. But in a normal conversation, why would a woman owe that, to tell you that she is taken? You know what I mean? Is that like, oh, I wasted my time by speaking this woman because she was not single. You know, I had such a good time, but I felt like I wasted my time. That's like, bro, like what kind of context are you talking about? Like, are you in a, like some kind of like dating event? Dating apps? That makes sense, but if like normal in real life situation, I don't see any situation that women or any men have to tell you that they have a partner or not, unless you ask. You know what I mean? Sora tried to insert himself into it. まあね、Sora もね、he's weird. He's so weird. Yeah. I tried to warn her to not go negative. I knew two who in China that had arrests out for them and had to flee China. People don't like it when you show their country in a bad way. You can be true and get viewers. It depends on the person. I don't care about the Japanese drama though. Okay. I mean, I personally don't like either or because they have limited viewpoints. Okay. I'm convinced Pro is a Chinese asset. Is she connected to like government? The government? Maybe she's a spy. I watch Asagi because she's cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Asagi also doesn't do the drama and BS like some streamers. Still, I try not to, you know? I try to stay out of drama, you know, because I have so many other things to do. And it is not my goal to create like drama or things like that. You are one of the only creators who didn't make a reaction video. Many people are making reaction videos now. Which I thought about it, but I was like, what's the point? Takashi is definitely one of the best in the street interview style. There are a lot of people who are still fish for crazies, extreme reactions. Yeah, seems like his content got better, so I really appreciate that he listened to us, right? Would you feel weird if a Japanese guy told you I love you in Japanese? So ne, like it's very limited time that Japanese guys say that. You know what I mean? Yeah. そうだね。You rarely hear that from Japanese people. In Japanese ね。うん。そうね。なんかすごい。It's really it is really heavy. Very heavy. You know what I mean? ペップガード。Would you あ、それも見たね。one make you sad. えっと。Did you hear your prime minister agreed to 50,000 Indian engineers to Japan? Problem is Japanese will train them and lose their jobs since the green card Indians will work cheaper. Indian engineers to Japan. それは I haven't heard of that one. she's more like against mass immigration. That's what I heard. Mass immigration だよね。I think that's the point. I think individual immigrants wouldn't have so much trouble. そうだね。So I don't know. It sounds strange if that's true. More importantly, what did you have for lunch? なんかさ、今日は today Justin is cooking, and he made a dish called shakshuka. なんだっけ、shakshuka. It's the Greek かな Greek dish. まあね、egg and some veggies かな。Pro's video are for North American audience. There are many small, subtle things Europeans and Japanese sometimes misinterpret, which can be offensive to Americans. Is that only that nuance? Japanese are only impressed with your Japanese if they can tell you are a beginner. When you are good, they are relieved. まあそうかもね。Culture butter. Hey. I might be... Did I miss something? Cedric heading to Japan for the third time at the end of the month for the holidays. I bought a ring. Time to pop the question. Time for Kamehameha だね。Kamehameha 頑張ってセドリック。I'm sure you're gonna success. I'm sure she's gonna say yes. Yeah. So yeah. 頑張れ。I might be spending New Year's with my Japanese in-laws. Anything I should know about Japanese New Year's with the family? Also, hi. New Year's ね、まあ、でも New Year's is for like, family gathering, visiting shrines. Depends on how traditional they are, but そうね。あとは it's for like cozy vibe, right? Japanese New Year's, it's more for cozy vibes. Like people watch like TV shows, in the countdown っていうのかな。Yeah. Year end to New Year's, people usually like stay home, or go to shrine. But yeah, depends on the family. But to think about, to appreciate what happened in this year, and then hope for the like better year next year on the New Year's. And then usually families get together, eat and drink, and have some chill time, right? On the other hand, in the US or European countries, they are like more like, woo, party, like maybe some kind of fireworks going on, maybe like some like super energetic music show time, like energetic. It's for like celebration みたいな. They are all for celebration and do some parties, kind of like that kind of vibe, right? But in Japan, it's like super chill, you know? And there is actually there's an interesting story. So last year I spent New Year's with Justin's mom, right? She's American. She came to Japan and then spent time with us. That was very sweet. But I told her on like on midnight 12 when the year when the new year comes, like, many temples do like chime, あの chime. You know what I mean? I only said, there's a chime, and then that tells you that New Year has come. Um, and she was like, "Oh, that sounds really cool. I'm really looking forward to it." But it's not that kind of chime, the bell you are thinking about, probably. It's that, like, boom, more like Zen vibe. You know what I mean? It's not like da 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 dun dun dun, yay, right? But I think she was expecting that because like New Year's has to be like celebration. It's more like party, right? And then she was like, we were doing countdown and then say, "Oh, Happy New Year," and then she was like, uh, "Oh, it's a bell time, right?" And then she was like getting outside and then tried to hear the bell ringing, but it was just like boom. And she was like, "I don't hear anything," right? Oh, this is not that kind of bell. Sorry. I think, she thought it was more like very festive and an energetic kind of vibe, but I just meant that it's like Zen type of bell. Boom. So if you expect that kind of like party vibe out of Japanese New Year's, uh, that's that's not a thing in Japan. Like some young people do the celebration in like Shibuya Street. People go to that kind of event, but when it comes to spending quality time with family, um, Japanese people are like just they like to spend like very chill time. You know what I mean? そうね。うん。So, is dating Japanese women difficult? Are they typically hard to date for Westerner due to cultural differences? What are you? What? What's the? Mm, dating Japanese women difficult for some people. For some people, it might be easy. Yeah, there are some like type of foreigners who might be considered attractive in their country, but in Japan, it's like more like a charm to Japanese people, and then easy to get more attention, right? Like by being foreigner, like exotic, they might get attention, and then for some people, they find it easier than like their country. But I think for many people, uh, like for many people, yes, like not to mention there are like language barrier, cultural gaps, things that are hard to judge whether it's like this person's issue or cultural issue that you can actually fix. Uh, like there are difficulties that comes from like international dating. And I think you can only, like, if you are not willing to explore that kind of nani difficulties and then why would you go for Japanese woman? If you just wanna have like easier easier relationship and dating, you just go to local woman who shares the same kind of ideas, the language, that should be easier. Easier access, you don't have to come to Japan. So I think if you are wondering if it's more difficult, then I wouldn't date Japanese woman. Then maybe you are not for international dating, right? I think international dating is for people who are like willing to learn those gaps between like Japan, your country and her country. They are willing to like face it and find it like they who can enjoy discovering and getting over those difficulties. You know what I mean? So yeah. How are there foreign content creators in Japan? You would think visa rules would stop that. People who have like entertainer visa, kana? Like other than people who have like a business, um, they usually get like either entertainer visa, which is very like unstable, or what kind of visa? なんか freelance visa? Well, it depends on the visa they have. Content creators もね, it varies. Some people like abroad in Japan, he has his own company, right? So I think he has a visa according to that status. Some people don't have that kind of status. So it's hard to say. Meetup event for single, you have to tell. But meetup event in general, maybe they just want to hang out with foreigners, just killing some time, just there to get attention. It varies. So what I don't know what to say. Maybe you go to the meetup event to flirt with girls, but maybe that's not exactly the context. William, I work as an English Portuguese interpreter. Oh, so is there any demand for English Japanese remote interpretation? No, I've seen some guys doing in なんだっけトランスレーターでしょトランスレーター、インタープリターか。インタープリ通訳みたいなね。あるよ。Yeah, there are jobs for interpreters, translators. Yeah. うん。I've seen some people who are hired like travel agency because they have many like translation jobs there. They hire their own translators. That is more likely to be stable job. And there are some freelance translators, but you have to have a really big customer. You have to have like connection with the customer before you start that kind of business. It's gonna be hard if you just don't have any like connections and start out as an freelancing. Because usually the fee is very cheap for like interpreters, like freelance interpreters ね。うん。かな So the Japanese girl's white partner made Greek food? Crazy. そうね、まあ。Yeah, he cooks European food. うん。そうね。Well, he's a kind of like a culture nerd as well. He was learning Greek language too, and then kind of got into like cooking, Greek cooking as well. He's also like Florida man, Florida guy. So tonight he's gonna make some Cuban American food. Yeah, he's cultured for sure. I don't know Pearl's core audience, but Chris' videos are sanitized. Chris grazes over the negative aspects of Japan. Asagi videos are more authentic, discussing negative and positive equally. なのかな Chris grazes over the negative aspects of Japan. まあね、まあおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおい Oh, hey.
He wouldn't let me carry him. He wanted to run.
何言ってんの何言ってんのひろくんひろくんじゃあどれ何
小町。
マンキーマンキーマンキーあモンキーはいはい He's a bossy Seymour you got the don't erase don't erase ここじゃないとこ Yeah, thank you, thank you. Okay. にゃにゃにゃにゃはいはいにゃにゃはいはい Thank you.
Yo, come on, go see Garvey. You wanna go see Garvey? See bye bye to chat. Bye bye chat. Sorry, I don't want him to use all your things. Let's go see Garvey. 何してんの自分でやるねはい Good boy, good boy, let's go. One step at a time.
すごい I heard someone running to this room. It's actually a stair, but do. Oh my goodness. Do you know what the gabi is? It's a goat. It's a goat, but in a character in Paw Patrol. Like, who remembers the name of the goat? It's all about pups, right? It's all about pups and like some human, like Kento, Kaylee, だっけ Hamdinger, Mayor Hamdinger, like so many like characters, more like many more characters you can remember. But he he remembers everyone, also Gabi. The very small character from Paw Patrol. Thanks for being real. You're welcome. Yeah, I think you needed to hear. ね。だからyou just ask, you know what I mean? If you are chatting with a woman and then you really think it's fun to chat with her, you have to like make approach. You have to, maybe like flirt, right? And then she will be like, actually, yeah. So now, I think just you want to make it clear at some point. Just don't like wait around to see if she is taken or not. You know what I mean? Is Japanese people stern? What does that mean? Like if you are someone new to the Japanese ways, maybe a normal polite behavior would be acceptable and specific things would be understood if done wrong, I guess. Stern? ちょっとわかんない. I don't know what that means, sorry. ボン。そっか、ニューイヤーね。そう、パーティー in the US, yeah. I feel visiting Japan is more of those impossible things for me. Yeah? そんなことないと思うけど。You were supposed to find someone to kiss at midnight. あー確かにそうだね。Kissing だね。New Year's. That's like very, very wow to me. 本音建前単語 of this. なんかいいね、それ。I kind of like that. Yeah. Are you afraid foreigners are going to change Japanese culture? No, in general. Like, so I get that. There are like right wingers in Japan, like emerging right wingers in Japan, who think foreigners are ruining Japanese culture, right? But how many of those people actually care about Japanese culture? You know what I mean? Like, look at all these traditional industry in Japan. Like, for example, from what I hear and see, like how many Japanese people are learning Japanese like traditional dancing, right? Right, 日本舞踊. I recently started, but like I always have been like into like ballet, contemporary dance, and I guess it's very recent that I, started to be interested in my own culture and started like katana dancing, fan dancing kind of things. Like, yeah. And then so many like Japanese craftsmanship is dying out, because there is no one who take over the business. Handmade, anything like pottery とか handmade, clothing とか like art とか in general, yo. In fact, they are relying foreign visitors to buy or experience those traditional arts and craftsmanship, right? Like, because Japanese locals don't care about them, right? What the heck? But they don't really care about those traditional businesses are dying, but care about how foreigners are coming into Japan and somehow changing us in a bad way. You know what I mean? You can't just fix everything by kicking out foreigners. They're just like stressed out with all the like economical issues and all the, I don't know, like, well, modern issues, right? Rich people are riching and poor people are pouring. And then they're just manipulated to hate foreigners because it looks black and white, right? So yeah, I certainly don't want like foreigners to like come here and do bad things and try to change us, right? But we have other ways to like we definitely have a way to coexist, right? But まあね people are like, all right, I get it. Like mass immigration. This is yeah, you need to argue with that. I agree. Like mass immigration a from a country that has very very different like cultural background or not really familiar with us should be like argued more. Like you can't just bring uh bunch of people from like far away from Japan just like that. You know what I mean? And you know what? That kind of things are happening because of some rich people's being richer. You know what I mean? They take like some kind of fee for to immigrate those people. They don't care about how locals feel about that, right? So they are using like some like fancy name like, oh, it's more like globalization. This is for uh benefit, this will benefit like low labor or something like that. And then no, it's for you, it's not for us. You know what I mean? They are using this なんだろうな diversity or globalization as an excuse, and they are just trying to make money out of it, right? And that kind of fuels right wingers too. So I'm kind of frustrated about it. It's like, yeah. I'm a bear. Thanks for the super chat. Yo yo, Wasagi. What did it do? How was Halloween? ね、ハロウィンね。そうそう。ハロウィンは we did a small family event and then dressed up as a like rock star. We all had like leather jacket. Justin did eyeliner. Hiro had like set his hair. Did some like sunglasses, leather jacket with like boots. That was cute. Yeah, I guess I should post those pictures somewhere. Although didn't I? Yeah, I posted already on community section on this 何 YouTube. So you can check that out. Harsh can't もしもしもしもしはね、これ Hello じゃないんだな。もしもし is not hello. It's only on the phone. これはね、small Japanese lesson. You only use もしもし on the phone. Meetup events suck. Why pay to talk to women when all you have to do is go outside shopping, park? まあ、それは maybe you are talking about your country, right? I think if you are なんか that yeah, if you are in Japan, you can't just talk to women shopping or park. It's a hard mode approach to women at parks, shopping mall, coffee shop. So meetup event is a way to meet up. So yeah, that's what it is. So as a brown gaijin who is 5'11" and decent looking, if I work and live in Japan but not like every Indians in Japan, will it work? I have to look at your photo. Oh, okay, it's an AI generated photo. Okay. So I don't know how you look. Hard to say. Let's just believe you are decent looking. Two Japanese women. Two Japanese women. And work and live in Japan. Alright? Not like every Indians in Japan. What? I mean, you think Indian people in Japan are usually like curry restaurants workers? まあでも、yeah, it's hard to say. Like, I need more information about you too. And then at the end of the day, like people are trying to ask me a question like this, like I'm black, I'm white, and then I'm this and this and this. Can I get a girlfriend in Japan? Uh, except for like obvious people, like very good looking, very like kind and then friendly. Those people are like, yeah, you can get no issue if you just go out there and then try to talk to women. But other than that, it's kind of hard to tell because I'm not a psychic, yo. I can't just say, yeah, you will do great. Just come here. But I can't take this responsibility. Well, what if you can't get a girlfriend even if you come to Japan, work in Japan? Oh, Asagi lied. She said I will be just fine. I don't want to make that risk, you know what I mean? So I can't really say, yeah. Hiroken, Hiroken, here comes the Hiroken. Hiroken, yeah, そうだね、本当に。So big already, yeah. ね。Hirokong, for sure. There is a goat in Paw Patrol. Yeah, it's like a very side character, you know what I mean? So you wouldn't remember, right? just just saying that. Hiroken, I'm stealing that. そうだね。Yeah. Jaeger McViper. Bipper かな Bipper かな Thank you for the support. Have a good day. Time for bed here in Georgia. Georgia か Okay. Have a good night. Thank you. I'm sorry it took time to catch up. Thank you so much. Stern means severe. Severe, okay. Stephen B. Yo. Do you think it's hard to practice Japanese in Japan because the people are not very social with strangers? でも, if you go to like, so there are places, right? For mingling purposes, like those places are like it's okay to talk to people, like small bars, like small local bars. I'm not talking about like Shibuya, Shinjuku, but yeah, small bars. Usually people talk to each other, like through the counter or something. まああとはなんかさ even non-alcoholic places なんか bouldering gym とかまあでも strangers か when it comes to strangers まあでも yeah you don't have to talk to strangers to practice your Japanese go to like places that are in that kind of context you know what I mean ウィリアムこのチャンネルは一般的にトピックが役立つですこのチャンネルビデオを見るありがとう cool oh Stig welcome back New Orleans oh you were in New Orleans There will always be some foreigners that don't assimilate or respect the culture, but here in Australia, most pretty good. Yeah. Like there are so many like good foreigners in Japan too, but you know people just pick out bad type of foreigners, right? It's always like that. Doc, is there currently a fear in Japan to travel with all the bear attacks? ね、bear attacks は結構ね、yeah, people are afraid of that. My dad is, he hikes a lot, right? And he recently went to the like popular hiking spot in Okutama. まあ、it's Tokyo, but like なんか not the central Tokyo. まあ、そう。でもね、usually it's in this time of the season, like まあ autumn season. So many people go there. Like trains are very like crowded to go to the spot. But recently when he went there, like there was almost nobody, he says. So yeah, people are afraid of bears and then try not to go to hiking and mountains and stuff recently. Nah, I'm not really like hiking person. Like it's not like I dislike hiking, but I just don't really do that. But yeah, なんかね, because it's because of the human, right? Human. They took all the food. They usually eat like 何fruits とか they don't attack people. They don't want to. They don't eat なんかまあそういう meat so much, right? まあ maybe fish. But because people are ruining the nature structure, they have to come to the, you know, town というか, yeah, people area, you know what I mean? ね。Diversity is what makes things grow when it's done right. But yeah, those like mass immigration and stuff like that, it's more like yeah, when it comes to government sponsored, it's someone is making money. That's it. It's not actually helping helping like locals or anything. It's just for money. Japan does not require mass immigration because it is cohesive society unlike many other countries. Foreigners often wish to impose their own customs rather than adapt to Japanese society. そうなんだよね。I think, yeah, yeah, I agree. We don't really need mass immigration, you know what I mean? Japan has really unique culture, and it takes some time to like fit into the culture and coexist with locals, right? So if you do that, like so many people at times, it's gonna ruin the harmony. You know what I mean? It's not like ruining Japan, but it gives the tense between locals and immigrants. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's the best way to like let people into Japan. So I think that I like that kind of argument, but I don't like those like narratives, right? Like foreigners are ruining Japan, like tourists are ruining Japan. Like, who are you getting money from then? Tourists are paying so much to Japan. They are willing to like. So we want to find a way to keep the harmony. I like that discussion. But yeah, it's just me. I was waiting for that response from Asagi. We know it's not okay to chat girls up at the shopping center in Japan. Yeah. Like it's even getting kind of like more difficult even in Western societies these days. Right? Like you kind of like have to afraid if she's gonna call a police or something. Right? Like society is kind of like isolated these days, even in Western countries. So I think in general, like flirting to try to approach girls in like public space, coffee shop, shopping centers, yeah, that kind of places is becoming more difficult, like globally, right? LA Dodgers win World Series. Oh, right. なんか、あれでしょ The our PM and your president were watching the Dodgers game, right? うん、ね。わし、ね。Yeah, yeah. I figured that our prime minister, she's really good at she's really good at you know tickling men's balls. You know, because it must be the way she came up to this point. Prime minister, first female prime minister in history of Japan, and even it was faster than America, which is like breaking record. You know what I mean? Well, I have to believe that she. I mean, of course, she worked hard. I get it. She's not some like politician family. She grew up in a more like normal family, and she doesn't. Of course, she's female, which was disadvantage for sure. And yeah, I appreciate that. But also, she must be where she is because, in this man-dominated industry, which is like Japanese politics, it's very, very old man-dominated area. But she survived because because she's good at tickling those men's balls. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think on that one, she did a great job tickling president's balls. ね。まあ、だから、まあ、America-Japan friendship is becoming more strong, seems like. Well, good or worse, I'm not gonna be like going into American politics or anything, but like, I'm just saying, she must be really good at tickling balls, you know what I mean? And so, okay, she even mentioned that she was doing a part-time job as a companion. Have you heard of companion? It's like this job is probably don't exist anymore, but it used to be when she was younger. Companions is a job to like serve drinks and being like hostess at like parties, like corporate parties, important people's parties, things like that. Well, of course, it was a woman job at that point. So yeah, she was doing the part-time job as a companion. So I think she has many like. I mean, she is like she doesn't. Although she says she doesn't like it, she has an ability to like make like I don't know make make men please do though. It's not like sexual. It's not sexual, but make men feel good and to like use them. I think for their politic strategy. Everything is like we expect answers, okay? Right? I get it. You want an answer without trying anything, right? Right? ね、なんかさ、can I be successful? I need answers because I don't want to waste my time. Like, you just go out and try to really find out what's gonna happen. If you can't get a girlfriend in your own country, then trying to get one in Japan will be no different. まあね, I think まあ90% of the time that's it. But there are those, 10% of guys who just don't fit in, like, maybe they are not considered attractive in the Western society, but it is more like better. It works better in Japan. For example, the guy, if a man is kind of like soft, like soft sounds negative, but you know what I mean. It's not that bad in Japan. Like in the US especially, you have to be very strong and masculine and all that kind of stuff. But that kind of masculinity is not required in Japan. So maybe those guys do better in Japan, but again, it's not just about that. So hard to tell, especially from just these comments, you know what I mean? ST33, I don't know how to call this, but welcome. Bouldering gym is a good place. Girls will literally fall on you. So, like a K-drama kind of situation. Do Japanese women usually prefer tall men with six packs? Like, who dislike tall men with six pack? Right? なんかそれはさ、でもさ、it's just an attention. would you get attention by having like so much height and six pack? Yes, you will get attention. But would that, なんだろうね, would that make you a like good partner material? No, it depends. You require so many other qualities than just being tall and fit. You know what I mean? So would that get you attention? Yes. That's all I can say. They sit in the trees eating Vegemite sandwiches and drop and attack unsuspecting tourists. Vegemite ね, that's an OG thing, right? Suzano, hey. Hope you and chat are all good. Hey, so it's been a while. Frankie, welcome back. Soothing effect, okay, cool. Okay, I need to keep up the chat. Abe trained her well. Yeah, seems like, yeah, using Abe as a, because Trump was a really good friend of Abe, and she is, I don't know, she really look up to Abe too. So they have someone in common. I think that's one of the reasons the first meetup went well. She can step on my balls all she wants. I'm sure he enjoyed it. Yeah, she has talents, yes, talents. Prime Minister is Master Tatemayan, I think. Yeah, for sure. Oh, many lines. Many lines included. Akim, hello. David! Hey, thanks for the super sticker. Hippo super sticker. お、今日は出ちゃうかな。sticker. ね、なんかね、I need new stickers. You know? Thank you. ね、because I gave you all kinds of stickers I have. I need new ones. I'll check out local gachapon section today after the live stream. Big E. What if you're exceptionally handsome, extremely intelligent, extremely tall, have everything going for you, are really nice with an awesome personality, but you can't get treated terribly in the USA? Like you say all this, oh, I'm handsome, I'm a really nice guy, but according to who? Well, that's one thing. Maybe you think you are being kind. Maybe that, from women perspective, it's not really kind. That happens a lot in between women's psychology and men's psychology. So maybe you are getting those things wrong. But if if everything checked, then you're just not surrounded by a nice woman. You don't have nice women around you. You just keep look for women, like whether American woman or other nationality. So it's like saying like, maybe you are not talking about women in general. Well, I don't know, but my dating insights. Maybe you should just keep looking, cause like there are some customers who are like living in a very countryside area in the US, and then women around me don't really pay attention to me, so I want to look for Japanese women. Like, yo, there are many other women in the US. I mean, even there are even Japanese women in the US, right? Maybe in the countryside, because you are in the countryside area, you just haven't met, you have missed out so many opportunities by just being a countryside surrounded by people or women that you are not really good fit. So I think environment matters too. If all box checked, you know what I mean? Yeah. Kami. Kami. People in Japan better start having babies for fast. Sorry for the interruption. Babies ね。Babies ね。Yeah, ain't easy. Good morning. あ、Ryan ね。Hey, hey. Oh, Richard. Welcome back. I come into the stream and the first thing I hear is about balls. Sorry about that. ごめんごめん。Marcus, hello. Why it's all capped? Why all capped? Why are you screaming? I've definitely given up on US women. They are very rude. もうね、I hear this a lot. I hear this a lot. まあでもね、本当に I've been saying so many. So I can't say it for sure about like whether US women are really like going worse or like they are horrible. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know because I'm not like living in the US. I don't date US women. My customers are men, and I don't get to see so many like American women. So I don't know. I can't say. I can't make the conclusion. But I think this is what I've been telling you guys. Entitlement is becoming insane in like Western countries, maybe US even more. なんか both men and women, right? And then those who like maybe you guys, who are more humble and then more like chill, it is becoming really hard for you guys to find like US women who are like who know what they deserve, not just entitled and then get everything, try to get everything that they want. They don't care about the consequences. They don't care about hurting other people by getting it, right? They don't care about harmony. That's ね、なんか entitlement. I think that would make it difficult for me to like fit into American culture. I think that's what I've been afraid of. as a Japanese person who have, I was thinking about moving to the US here and there in my life. Not right now, but I've tried. I searched for the way, but I always felt like if I move to the US, if I go there, like I feel like I'll be weak. You know what I mean? Because I'm not so entitled. You know what I mean? I'm not I'm not that pushy. I'm not like stubborn so much. I feel like I will be very I feel like I am weak there compared to here. You know what I mean? I think that's a big concern as a Japanese person. So I definitely get where it comes from. Like people are saying like it goes both ways, I guess. Like US women be like, oh, men are not like desirable anymore. The men are being like, oh, US women are, they suck, And I think it's not like gender thing. It's about the entitlement, to be honest. It's not even about feminism. Because feminism, like in the real meaning, should work well for both men and women, right? But some women are being extreme and then try to, entitle in the name of feminism. And then, of course, some men are like, oh, women should stay at home. Like, those maybe like red pill guys are like super entitled guys too, right? So, yeah, I think that's not an entitlement issue. And those who are like watching this channel, like have some respect towards Japanese culture, they tend to be like not entitled so much. You know what I mean? That that's what I like about my community. Like you guys are not like super aggressive to me. I think if I talk to like normal American men, like American people, I would feel like intimidated. But on this chat, I don't really feel like you guys are aggressive or I feel intimidated or anything like that. You know what I mean? に、どこだっけショーン、welcome back. US women are awful and getting worse. Is it so? Like, I'm sure there are many women who are not so entitled, you know what I mean? US is big, lots of different people here. Yeah, 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 yeah. そうだから environment issue はね、あると思うよ。I think that's one thing. Just last week, I was called a creep 3 times, once just by offering direction to a girl. Offering direction. So she asked you a direction and she says creepy. That's weird. For the most part, the US is cooked in the dating market. Dating is becoming hard for many like first countries, I guess. アサギ that seems like the worst decision you could make. Asaki, that seems like the worst decision you could make. 何が what is that? Does Japan law allow people to adopt adult foreigners that are older than them? Um, I haven't thought about it. But I don't know. わかんない. Currently staying in Japan for living, Asagi-san. It's okay to visit, but wouldn't recommend living here at all unless you have a shit ton of money. それだよね。本当に本当に。まあ、it used to be a dream destination of mine, you know. But recently, you know, なんか、そうだね。with my like if I had like sugar daddy or someone, maybe I could have, but like, なんか even money is not an issue. There will be like many other issues too. So そうね、まあ、そうね。Just decided to stop prejudging Japan. Better to experience things as it goes. Yeah. That's the mindset people should have. Like people are just judging too much because of like judging from like chat GPT information, YouTube information, right? Although they haven't even visited Japan or anything. And even just visiting Japan doesn't give you the whole idea of Japan, right? So yeah, I like that. I like that mindset, you know what I mean? You're good looking, you don't have a problem getting dates. そうね、まあ、if you are good looking, generally don't have issues to get attention, like I told you. But when it comes to creating a long-term relationship, creating, having a good relationship, keeping a good relationship, that aspect is less important. You know what I mean? Very true. I definitely am interested in Japanese culture. Cool. I might just be running into people on their good days. Right. She thinks we are weak boys. Cause I might feel weak myself, but that doesn't make me feel, that doesn't make me weak, you know what I mean? I'm just who I am. And that in Japan makes me look more like confident or something. But in the US, you have to be even more like, なんていうの? You have to look more hustle, confident, and maybe sometimes you have to look even more like mean to people to protect yourself. You know what I mean? That is also not like good sometimes. ね. Yeah, that's like, yeah. Mostly simps lose in the Western dating market. Feminism is lethal to simps mostly. そうなんすかね? I don't know. It seems like a lot of the men who are cocky get a lot of girls, especially for young people. The more polite and respectable guys are seen as not confident enough by the entitled woman. まあそうだね。I think that it's creating a gap かもね。なんか、そうだね。そうだね。うん。Maybe those men, if if those men are in Japan, they would look like narcissists. You know what I mean? Because cocky, too much confident. Narcissists. I approached her and offered to give her directions, but she cut me off and said, "No, get away, you creep." So I said, "No, I ain't going to help you. I was going to give you directions." そうね。まあ、that's why ね、more recently, I don't recommend talking to strangers. Especially women. If you are a man and she's a woman. You know what I mean? This is why people are like stepping away from talking to stranger women and flirt, like even flirt with them or start conversation even, right? That's the difficult part of modern dating. And if she came off rude, I'm sorry about that. I feel sorry for you about that. She has a reason too, right? なんか、I don't know, I completely don't know where she comes from, but in my case, yes, I would give like super cold eyes when strangers come talk to me, especially it's a man. Because I feel kind of danger. うん。なんで、you might be a nice guy. Just genuinely try to give her direction. But there are many other people, other men out there. That's also the truth, right? Now, when it comes to Japan, like there are so many sketchy businesses, and try to ask you like sketchy jobs, especially for women, like so many like sex industry jobs, とか、あとね、very like pickup artists ね、pickup artists in Japan, those are like a thing. So yeah, なんかね、だから、うん、だからね、like some part she was rude, but also some part maybe she was just protecting herself from that kind of man. Not exactly you. You know what I mean? So don't take it too personally. You try to give her direction, do good thing, but maybe she didn't appreciate that because of like those bad guys, you know what I mean? And so it's not you. ね。まあね、そうなんだよね。You can just you and Justin can adapt or purchase me if you want. Or do you have a feasible idea for me to move to Japan? なんかスマグラーじゃない。なんか hiding in a barrel and shipped to Japan. Yeah, like get into Japan with some kind of container. Peanut butter とかさ。Peanut butter imported みたいな。Ruland. Oh, big super chat. Thanks for your support, Ruland. Appreciate it. これはね、worth a sticker. これはpiggy pills. piggy pills. Looks really 何本当に it looks like a real medicine, right? Thank you so much. I'll be okay with abduction. Abduction ってなんだ adoption かな I think women are attracted to men that smile. If you look mad all the time, I don't think you will get many women. まあね、なんかさ、いるやん。You see those men who are like not exactly like good looking, but you know, always in a good like friendly vibes, very approachable looking, like smiling is one thing. So yeah, that's also true. It's pretty normal here to talk to random people here. I can usually strike up a conversation with most people. That's good. I think I don't know if it's an OG thing or like your community, your area. There are, it's a very friendly area. But I mean, that's cool. I mean, I like that about like Western culture too. You can, if I walk walk at the shopping center. Some girls even are like, "Oh, I like that T-shirts. Where did you get that from?" とか、なんか very friendly, right? Like, yeah, なんか I like that vibe, but it's kind of sad that modern dating is kind of make it hard to do those things, you know? ナンパ picking up vibes でしたっけ yeah. Would a Japanese woman be afraid being approached at a club where I would try to get to know them? To I have a mixed opinion. I think girls at the club don't mind getting approached by men. And maybe, you can get a drink or something. It's a club. It's like people just come and go, talk to each other. It's okay. That's club. But also, club is not the desirable place to get to know someone. You know what I mean? It's just vibes, and it's usually very loud, and you can't really talk one on one. You know what I mean? So I don't recommend it, but you can approach Japanese women at club. That's yes. After a few drinks, I'll talk anyone's ear off. Cuckoo. Rocco Angon. Engon かな Hey, I'm going to be in Japan until December. Okay, you are already in Japan? I'm going to be in Japan until December. Ah, okay. I'd like to go on a few dates while I'm there. Where's the best places to look? もうインスタ見てください。My Instagram. もう many ideas. And like pin the post. Took a long time to get her to understand. Oh, okay. Frank needs those pills. アダプションね。アダプション。ポタト。Antonio, thanks for the super chat. Has the baby been on the stream today? Can Hiro come out and say hi? Hiro already, yeah. なんだっけ Hiro King. He made an hurricane. Hiro King. So, and they are out now, so sorry. But thanks for the super chat. Thank you so much. I don't drink alcohol. I like diet. Diet Dr. Pepper ってあるんだ。Diet Dr. Pepper. Okay. Women who say they don't mind getting approached are assuming you have to be attractive to them, so don't fall for it. Men know quickly if they respond well to them. まあこれね、I have to admit, like, so this American woman, who is a dating advisor, I think she's famous. Although I would agree to many of her points, she also shows this like statistic, right? なんだっけな、なんか80% とか80% women are like want to get approached more by men みたいな、right? They think they want to get approached by men. So you should by the way, she's giving men dating advice, but yeah. So you should guys definitely approach more women. She's not completely wrong, but she's missing out, or she pretends to be missing out, because she wants more customers, right? But anyway, she's definitely missing out, taking out the point that women usually ignore the existence of like lower 40% of men. You know what I mean? Like there are this like super hot, good looking men who are like charismatic communicators, right? They are like top 10%. They definitely see those men, right? Women definitely see those men. And there are like nice men in like top 30%. And maybe there are average men in like top 50%, right? But rest, they can't even see you. They don't even see you, right? So if you are like top 30% kind of man, right? I'm just speaking roughly. But if you are like top 30% men approaching women, they appreciate it. They are flattered. Even when they have, partners and then have to say no to you, they still appreciate it. But if you are like low 30% men, kind of man とかthat's how they consider you, they will call a police or something. Especially American women, right? If they feel like danger. まあそれはそう they feel like they have to protect themselves. That's the thing. It's not like they are trying to attack you or anything. Usually, ね。Usually. So you also have to keep that in mind, you know what I mean? So that's why if you want to like approach women, especially in real life, you really take have to take care of yourself, right? Like, you know, decent conversation skill and decent look, right? You shouldn't look like hobo and then try to approach women being stinky or something, right? So yeah. But if you really want to approach women like strangers とかなんか public place, right? まあだからね、I think that's why many people in Japan choose to go online rather than like talking to women at cafe or library or things like that. そうそう。まあね、that's just a women's psychology. Yeah, you are right about that, Stephen. そうそう。このね、women's psychology, men's psychology thing is interesting to me. You know, I started to learn these things like men's psychology, women's psychology thing after I started my business as a dating advisor, right? But there are so many things I wish I knew before, you know, before getting married. Because I missed out these information, these pieces of information, and then I totally like I was really confused. I was hurt. I was like, yeah, I was very ignorant and then made stupid decisions because I didn't know these things, right? So learning women's psychology will definitely なんか benefit you even outside the dating and relationship, you know? Because you have women around you. You have female coworkers, you have female friends, right? So, so it's Italian. It's read like angone. Ah, okay, angone. Hey. You better be that guy in Japan too. Yeah, most likely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ryan, thanks for the super chat. I drive semi truck for a living, so I kinda know my way around. So by the way she was talking and what she was yelling in her phone, I kinda knew where she wanted to go. But you be rude, no help. まあね。まあ sometimes ね、これね、this is what I think, sometimes think when I help, like, help some men, because I do dating advice, right? But some people just don't seek for help from you, right? There are definitely many men out there who don't want my advice, right? Maybe they just don't want to receive dating advice from anyone or from women or from like someone who's not their ethnicity or anything, right? Like some people just don't want to get advice from you. But you should be, you know, sometimes you should accept that. I mean, the way she reacted was awful, but it was your decision to give the advice who didn't specifically asked for you, right? So I think if you can accept that, it makes you feel easier. I know you are angry, upset. I definitely get it. But なんかね、having that kind of expectation, like she should have reacted, like she should have been thankful for that because I tried to help her without flirting. I was not flirting. She should have been thankful. But that was your expectation on her, right? But people don't react the way you expect it, not all the time. So if you can accept like that, I think you can just move on, and then, just you can help other people who are in need. So yeah, you were just being a nice guy. She didn't want that. That's all. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. It doesn't change the fact that you are being nice guy, So yeah. So you shouldn't you shouldn't feel ashamed what you did. Yeah, you did a good thing, but she just wanted to accept your kindness. That's it. Ryan, thanks for the super chat. ちょっとここにね、it's becoming full, so. What is the what is the culturally acceptable age gap for the Japanese girls? これはカルチュラルというか、カルチュラルかな。まあ、そうなんですよ。Age matters a lot in Japan. Age matters a lot in Japan. And statistically speaking, most couples, right, married couples, they get married within 3 years gap. 3 years gap, whether plus minus. So that's the realistic age gap, right? And then when it comes to, if you are being 40 or something and try to get women in their 20s, that's a hard game. Yeah. And especially to keep that relationship longer, like marriage, that's a hard game. I mean, it's not that I'm saying it never happens, but it's not common, and if you specifically look for that, that's a hard game. And the age gap is becoming less and less within this past decades, because of women nowadays don't have to rely too much on their husband when it comes to income, right? Also, we don't have arranged marriages anymore, which created a lot of age gap couples. But we don't have that anymore. なので, yeah, I think the more age gap you seek for, the more harder you can get. です. But now I talked about long-term relationship to marriage, right? But when it comes, if you are just want to date young women here and there, I think it's more the percentage is slightly higher than looking for long-term relationship with a young woman. そうですね. Because there are many women out there who are curious to know how it's like to date older men. 逆もあるけど、some younger men want to date older women because they want to have some experience. Yeah. So I think some girls are. I've seen some girls who dated older men because they are more they really spoil the girlfriend, and then they tend to be more rich compared to younger men, and then enjoy enjoyable things about older men. And then all of a sudden, when they become like going towards 30 or past 30, they just cut off the older guy and then get married to like men who are same age because that's the realistic partner, like, realistic relationship as a, like a long-term partner, right? So yeah, I've seen few women like that, which is clever. And then there are some, men, younger men who get some experience with older women because older women tend to be more like, yeah, they spoil and everything. And then, at some point they just leave older women and then get married to younger women. That's also a thing, right? So, yeah, there is that too. まあでも the short answer is plus minus 3 years, and the fact that you are a foreigner, maybe there is like let them slide a little bit. So I would say 5 years is maximum for like foreigners in Japan. How common is it to see a Western man with red hair in Japan? I wonder how people would react if I go to Japan in areas that are not tourist areas. なんかあんまり red hair ってさ、red hair か。red hair? Red. I haven't really paid attention to it, to be honest. なんか it's like there are like blonde people, there are like brown hair. なんかね、まあ it's definitely, I think it's exotic as blonde hair. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are both different. So I think that's people's reaction. Okay. How high is the divorce rate? 30% かな、まあ、more than 30%, less than 40% in Japan. Age gap is shrinking because papakatsu is so easy nowadays. Anyone who desires an age gap can get in 5 minutes. そうだね。まあ、なんか、it makes sense, pay for the youth. If they pay for youth, right? Pay for their youth, enjoy the youth, and yeah, I think that's it. Okay. I think that's it for this time, this weekend. ちょっとね。I think I will take a rest next weekend too. そうだね。Next weekend, I won't be live. Probably following weekend. Following weekend. 16th, 15th. かな? I'll let you know. For sure. But yeah, thanks for coming back, you guys. で、well, yeah, it's understandable that some people will, just forget about me. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys remembered me and came to this live stream. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all these super stickers, super chats. Thanks so much. And yeah, まあ short format content will be I will post short format content of なんかまあ I will keep up with short format content, so please check my shorts or Instagram. That would help me a lot too. And yeah, until next time, take care and enjoy your week. だね。さよなら。バイバイ。